Bah, c'est pas grave. Voilà. Pas merdé. Ouais, il faut que j'aille. Faut que j'aille ici, mais est-ce que je peux faire un déplacement rapide? Non, faut que je traverse direct.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
I'll bring you back from death to this.
On your knees. You require a hand. No further.
Mega Ray! These ones can run rings around us.
I'm on it. Take it. Talon Storm. Severing Wind. 760. Talon Hurricane. Hitting pile driver. Glimmer Dragon. Wyvern. Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah, and the pummeling to me. Deity. Chill.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. First try. Swallow Blade.
Gemini Aqua!
Don't get careless.
Let's see what you've got. On your knees. Mirage!
Water!
Severing
Hear
Wind!
my call!
Mirage! Hit dog!
Flame of Fury! Eagle
Fly! You picked the wrong fight! The airborne scoundrel! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Slash!
Lunar
Swallow
Charisma!
Blade! Slash!
By the power of water!
Elusive Swallow Blade!
Mega Ray!
Eagle! I can carve through Swallow Blade! Slash! Take this! Eat this! No further! Swallow Blade! Slash!
Our
Voilà.
work is done here. Let's move.
Ah, bah, si vous m'arrêtez tout le temps.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Les ruines, il faut que je passe tout droit. Voilà. Après, il faut que j'aille au port secret, je crois. Il est là, mais je crois que je peux me déplacer. Voilà.
You guys want to rest here?
Ensuite, on se passe par là. Exact. J'ai pas encore été par là. Enfin, j'ai été une fois, moi je pouvais pas passer.
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
Ici, il faut faire quoi? Une fois le tché. Donc on va prendre lui. Ok. On est là. Ouh, on va prendre notre bateau.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almadria.
Bon, pas grand chose à faire là. Ici un coffre. Ok. Il y a quoi par là? Par là, il n'y a rien. Par ici. Ok.
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off, and we damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set, and we'll set sail.
J'ai pas vu ce qu'il disait.
This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegis.
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, and to amass such energy, slaves are needed to...
So then why would Almadria
We must remember that time is running out in the crown. It is a way to accrue astral... No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest, in that respect at least. I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back?
A curious choice of words.
Ouais.
Did what you
Il est en
see
train
in
de
Mahad
télécharger.
Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city?
Non, c'est moi qui
He
ai mis
didn't
cette
liberate
tête-là.
anyone.
C'est moi qui
Anyone
l'ai
who
mis.
refused to follow him was an enemy in
Et
his eyes.
on peut
300
changer
years of
le-
Renan rule
les
taught
visages,
him
prendre les
nothing.
visages, enfin, les-
What I
on
have
peut
come
mettre
to
des babioles,
understand
des
is
lunettes,
that the
des trucs comme ça
conflict
pour les rendre
extends
rigolos.
beyond Danon versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well.
C'est moi qui ai mis exprès.
I mean to bring about a true,
côté,
lasting coexistence in
stupide qu'ils ont mis
Menancia.
en plus.
But there
C'est
are more
marrant, mais-
walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Mais je sais pas, c'est...
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an
Après là,
exchange
si on
of
peut,
swordplay, no,
faire
it doesn't.
l'histoire en cop,
Not good enough for you?
Are you really...
s'il est en train de télécharger.
Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
Alors bon, lui c'est fait.
You don't look so good. You alright?
Donc, je peux leur... Elle, j'ai mis
The
une
floor.
auréole.
It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the
Moi
best
aussi,
person to
j'aime pas
ask
tout
about
à fait. Mais
discomfort.
j'attends qu'il télécharge.
I
et
can't
après,
feel
on pourra
pain,
essayer.
remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord,
Il est,
my
elle est valable combien de
expectations for
temps, la
Almadria were
bêta?
already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niaz was
Ah, y a que
improving
des
much
multis.
to begin with.
Moi, je parlais, je-
You mean
En
Deadeye.
multi, je suis assez nul.
The whole reason I started fighting back was
Le
because of my
multiplayer, ça va.
anger
je-
at the atrocities
je
of
me
Renan
mais
rule.
En multi, je vais faire.
Back then, all I had to worry about was
jouer si
fighting
tu
the
veux.
Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadeye.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the
Bon,
right,
ça empêche
and the
pas de jouer
Renans
quand
were the
même.
ones in the wrong. Though,
Si le pro
maybe
marche,
that was
parce
just a
que
biased
Au
perspective
début, les bêtas,
from being
ça
on the
fonctionne
side
pas
of the
toujours bien.
oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us.
Oui, je sais que
But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either.
Je me prends un café, si c'est
That's
tant pis,
clear to me
discuter.
now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadeye for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almadria did.
You don't
Ah, t'as mis aussi?
understand.
Ah bah ça
I'm
va,
saying that
ça
it goes
m'arrange
deeper
bien.
than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented.
Ça m'arrange bien.
I
comme ça,
remember
je
a
peux pas
story
être ridicule.
Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the... I saw it in Deadeye's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To
Oh,
hear
merde.
Bayfon tell it, Deadeye wasn't always that way.
C'est pas que je
But
suis
as
nul,
time
c'est
went
que,
on,
à mon
and
âge,
he and the
65
Darkwings
ans,
fought the
je suis
Renans,
plus rapide comme
he
avant.
eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if
pas
we
aussi
defeat the
rapide.
Renans but just go back to the way things
les
were
mêmes
before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Oui, on s'en fout. t'as
Maybe
raison.
not. But
You have your promise to Miguel, though.
I know.
Quand j'ai regardé à combien qu'elle est là. 14%.
My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Si tu veux, si je veux qu'à télécharger,
me?
il faudrait que je quitte le jeu.
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
37 piges, j'ai
I
des cheveux
don't know
blancs.
that I'd say
Déjà des cheveux
spectacularly.
blancs. Ah
Well,
oui, 37
I
piges.
suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick
Après
again.
la trêve,
Sorry.
j'ai une fille de...
Can you just
44 ans.
give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Pour être mon gars. Ou mon frère. « 37 ans, quand même. Hein. Ouh.
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you,
Moi,
really.
je fais
Us too?
1m71.
Well,
74
I
kilos.
was kind of lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to
J'ai un peu
everything
de cheveux
except my own
blancs.
revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you
C'est
might be
normal.
facing.
Mais ça va.
We all... So what if you had something to hide?
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
On
Yeah,
devrait faire des jeux
I
plus,
hate her,
souvent.
Alphen.
Des jeux en
I
gros,
can't
comme ça,
stop
on en
hating
faire
her.
plus souvent.
even
On
just
pourra jouer avec
thinking
tout
about
sur
her
la
makes my
PS5,
head feel like it's going to
ou sur
explode.
PS4.
But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life.
Ah, il y en a beaucoup
And
qui disent,
Mahag
ouais,
Sar
tu
has
joues
people
encore à la
like
console à
Deadeye.
65 ans. Bah, du temps
But
que
then
je
there are
peux jouer, je
people like
continue,
Law
hein.
and
Si je peux encore jouer à
Shion.
70 ans, je jouerai.
It's
Hein,
all
si je
just
suis encore
too
vivant.
much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural
Si
you would
tu le
hate
fais,
your
tu peux
family's
peut-être me
murderer.
renseigner
But
comment
what?
je peux faire pour prendre un abonnement Twitch. Que je veux mettre ma chaîne
Law
en
left home
abonnement.
because of how much he hated
Je
his
sais pas comment
father.
faire.
As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking
bah oui,
about
j'ai
how they
remarqué que
never
c'était
got to
gentil.
make things right. And if I had to guess,
Je préfère avoir
killing
affaire à des gosses
Ganabel
de ton
didn't
âge,
make any of
sont
those
plus gentils
feelings
que
go
des jeunes,
away.
bah, faut prendre raisonnement.
Law let revenge fuel him. And I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is
Moi,
up
je te
to
disais,
you.
je veux mettre ma
I'll respect
chaîne,
whatever choice you make.
ma chaîne, comment elle
Just
s'appelle
think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Ouais, c'est compliqué à expliquer, ouais.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen.
J'ai regardé,
Say,
mais j'ai pas vraiment compris.
Back then, after the fight, I
Je crois
think
qu'il
I
faut prendre
really made
Amazon
Shion
Prime, je
mad.
crois.
I don't know though.
Je lui ai dit qu'on
Maybe
peut
it
le faire
just
gratuit,
looked that
mais
way.
j'ai regardé, mais je sais pas comment faire.
But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets
Après, la
like that?
mécréante, c'est chiant parce que les gosses seront obligés de payer un abonnement pour
Shion's-
pour le suivre, quoi. C'est chiant aussi.
She can
Bon, j'en suis en téléchargement, 18%.
be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Bah, c'est-à-dire, je veux mon abonnement à moi, quoi. Les autres chaînes, j'en ai déjà d'autres chaînes. Bah, les deux, quoi. Mais les gens puissent se suivre. Et que tu veux suivre sur d'autres chaînes. Bah, je veux déjà le mien à moi. Mon abonnement. Après, je réglerai les trucs. C'est pas trop long. J'ai regardé les explications.
Lean
mais
much further, you'll go overboard.
j'ai regardé. Je sais que j'ai vu le prix, 5,99 €.
Keeping
Il y en
an
a
eye
même
out
des
for Almadria's
moins
ship.
chers. Ça, c'est pas grave. Mais je vais créer la mienne
looking at the
pour
ocean.
mettre des icônes, des
ocean.
trucs à gagner, des
Yeah.
trucs comme ça, comme fait
The
tout le monde, quoi.
waves. They help me think.
Mais j'arrive pas à le faire.
This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and
Ouais, c'est
white
pas
peaks
tant,
of
j'ai essayé ce matin,
Cyslodia.
mais je
The
pourrais
lush
ici.
green
Ils disent
glades of
que
Menancia.
mon adresse eBay est pas
The
bonne.
harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its lake of death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Ouais, c'est ça, ouais. Ouais, c'est
Well,
gratos, ça.
I want to believe that
C'est
the
gratos.
coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen
Quand
elsewhere
l'abonnement est
too.
fait.
It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world.
De toute façon, j'ai un pote
And
qui
yet,
s'y connaît un peu là.
they didn't come from just the Danans.
Pour voir s'il peut me le faire.
And the good things too. They didn't come from just kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it.
Oh putain, je touche ça.
So, I guess you're right after all,
J'ai
Alfred.
à faire là bientôt là.
I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little like...
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know?
Allez.
Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to... Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all... I never could have made it this far on my own.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Ah ok. A retenu un message pour la raison suivante. Harcèlement, cliquez sur autoriser pour l'envoyer sur le chat. Pardon, c'est quoi ça? Je regarde sur le net de chat et...
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding it. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right... I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr...
Yeah, I think he'd...
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen,
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's
Sounds like a deal.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we...
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Oh putain, ça m'a l'air d'être immense là-dedans.
Shion, I want to thank...
You. What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Come down! Crumble! Swallow blade! Crumble! Swallow blade! Storm!
I'm going in!
Engaging! Do it! Begin! Swallow blade!
Lunar
Get out of the way! Swallow blade! Strike! Swallow blade! Burn! Swallow blade!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll shoot it up.
Swallow blade!
Radiant Pierce!
Fire support! Swallow blade! Remove!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Barely a blip on our radar.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Dragon Shell!
I'm the true gunslinger around here.
Can't get out of this.
I'm ready!
Mission! Now you see what I can do!
Like the overblade!
We're not finished! Do it! Eagle Assault! Gemini Hurricane!
Overblade!
Eagle Fire! Do it!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Got it! That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
Resonate with the art!
Our art is being interrupted. Thank you!
You think that shield will save you?
This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight! Swallow dance!
Can you take us?
Where are you going? Magna Ray!
Its armor's too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! On your knees! I'll smash you! My shield! Rising Water! Take this! I'm ready! Resonate with the earth! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Well then, let's keep moving.
An opponent like this should be easy. Rising Wyvern!
Can't get out of this!
Swallow Blade!
Tell me, have you ever considered your purpose in life?
Swallow Blade!
On your
Swallow Blade! Swallow Blade! Dragon Form! Thanks! Swallow Blade! Not today!
on your
Swallow Blade!
I'm on a roll now! Now let the marksman handle this!
Shattering! Swallow Blade!
Attack time!
My shield! Swallow Blade!
Eat this!
I'm ready!
Select mine.
Looks like we won.
Get lost!
Benediction light. Is it too late to talk over our differences?
You got... Damn it, Benny!
Elusive deity!
Begin! Glimmer Dragon! Dragon Form!
Rotating pile driver!
Dragon Shout! Pistol! Ignite!
Elusive deity!
Glimmer Blade!
Do it! Anything in normal.
Alfred! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
A comfortable win.
Be a breeze. Get in, get out. Now you see what I can do. Nobody can stand a bee in a bind.
We're not finished! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
it done! Dance on the wing! Dragon Shout! Punch that gun out of your hand! Got you now! Swallow Blade! On your knees!
Lunar corruption!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Shout! Swallow Blade! Slice! Seismic Rupture! It's on! I'm on it! Not today! Swallow Blade! Begin! You're not! Elusive Deity! Swallow Blade! Rotating Pile Driver! Severing Wind!
Glacial Steel! Fierce Evil!
Rotating Pile Driver!
Freeze Lancer!
Slice! On your head! Swallow Blade!
Eagle Fly! Rifle ready! I never miss!
New melody! Swallow Blade! I'm on it! No further! I owe you one! Swallow Blade! Slash!
Mega Ray!
Swallow Blade! I'm ready! Rotating Wild Slash! Swallow Blade! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! Swallow Blade! Slash! Air pressure!
Eagle Assault!
Swallow Blade!
Here!
An astral march?
That's my cue.
Shut him down! Do it!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
We managed to pull through.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Be a breeze. Get in, get out. Not today. Tectonic punch. Elusive Deity. Rotating armor won't save you. Tornado Drive. Your reflexes will not serve you well. Eternal devastation. Rip and tear. Here. That freaking does it. Take this. I'm on. It's over. Blow away.
Where are you going?
I'm ready. Big blast. Blow away. Rising Wyvern! Flash! Now or never. Blow away! Can't get out of this! Dragon Swarm! Big Flash! Pierce through!
Do it!
Demon Blow away! Flash! Big Flash! On your knees! Wind! Blow away!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me!
Annihilation! Do it!
Any injuries?
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zoogles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here. This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
Out of our way!
Resonate with you! I want burn out! Do what I say! On your... Watch it! Here I come!
That may be a thorn in our side.
Got you now! Here I come! Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Do it! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Mega Ray! I
The
never
enemy
miss!
wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that.
Swallow Slash! Swallow blade! Take this! In a bind! Slash! Swallow blade! Slash! Talon hurricane! Ripid tear! On your swallow blade! Slash! Swallow blade!
Flame of death! This one's mine!
Slash!
I never miss!
Swallow blade! Teach you respect! Slash! Swallow blade!
corruption!
Burn! Talon hurricane! Ripid tear! Swallow blade!
Do it! Let's go! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'm practically unstoppable.
A debut performance! Swallow blade!
Do it! Eagle assault!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I'm on it! Here got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Let's see what you've got.
Now! You'll learn!
Annihilation! Hear me!
Swallow blade!
We really don't give up, do we?
In a bind! Slash! Swallow blade!
Hear my call!
Slash!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Swallow blade!
Being interrupted.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'm on it!
Here's a healing art! First aid!
Swallow blade!
Down! I'm at my
Easter! I'm swallow blade!
I never miss!
Can you take it? You're mine! On your
Power of water!
Swallow blade!
I will handle it!
Slash! Swallow blade!
Eat this! I'm out of ammo!
Eat this! Slash! I owe you one! Swallow blade! Slash!
Celle-là, elle est
Swallow
terrible.
blade!
Here's a healing art! First aid!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Eat this! Slash!
I can't heal you forever!
Eagle side! No further! Swallow blade! Slash!
Attack time!
Swallow blade! Now it's my turn! Ignite! Swallow blade! On your knees!
Now I'm real mad!
Slash! Swallow blade!
Don't worry, I'm all right.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Eat this! Swallow blade!
Run you through! Do it!
On your knees! Totally! In an instant! Impact cross!
Perhaps we ought to recuperate for a while.
I agree. Fighting in this state would be reckless.
This'll make us even more formidable.
Looks like some solid equipment.
backing down! Bring him down! Resonate with the earth! Swallow blade!
Take down their defenses! I see one, eh?
Blow away! Rising Wyvern! Big flash! Blow away! Elusive Deity! Running thrust! Blow away! I'll face you!
Its armor
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Blow away! Prepare to be sealed! Big flash! No, I'm ready! Blow away! Ready and ready!
In an instant!
Impact block!
My exploits are bearing fruit. Let's see what you've got.
Overwhelm!
Save you!
Magna Ray! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Magna Ray!
Demon Tank!
The Tempest engulfs you! My concentration is dwindling. Perhaps I'm tired. As I recall, there's a recipe we've yet to try.
Yeah, this is the last ingredient we need.
Then let's go ahead and prepare it.
Ah. Tu gagnes? Oui, ça va. Attends, mon jeu peut pas télécharger quand je regarde. 47%.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Ah. Il y a un hibou par là.
A barrier. That may indicate Almadria is near.
Then we've got to find a way to get through somehow.
Let's see if we can find something that'll release it.
Ok. J'ai pas vu son hibou, moi. Ah, je peux pas passer par là. Il faut ouvrir ailleurs. Ici, je peux pas passer. Ah, je peux partir ailleurs. Faut que je trouve la sortie ailleurs. C'est ici, il y a un levier quelque part. Oh, allez, hein. L'attitude. Hein? L'attitude. Ah. Voilà, d'accord.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships
Bon,
require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
Comment on va se retrouver si je
We
veux
might well sink the
télécharger?
ship. Who knows if we would be
Comment on
able
va se
to escape
retrouver?
before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest
Bonjour la
began.
bêta.
This isn't all Madria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and
Si
from
j'arrête
Lenegus?
pas le jeu là, ça va pas télécharger
Correct.
assez vite.
The technology employed on Lenegus and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting
Parce que
for
si
us
je
up
quitte le
in
jeu,
the
je sais pas si je
sky?
vais rester sur Twitch. C'est ça, le
My
problème.
head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
Bon. Sauvegarder. D'abord. Récupération. Je peux pas. Ok. Bon, je vais essayer de quitter le jeu là pour télécharger. Je sais pas si ça va rester sur Twitch. Hein. Après, je sais pas comment on peut se recontacter. Je suis à 51 parce que si je quitte le jeu, à moins que... Je reviens les 3 titres. Peut-être que ça va télécharger.
I want to feel your hair right now. You are the place, my only home.
Ah oui, c'est vrai, ouais. Ouais, voilà, je vais faire ça. Ouais, t'as raison, je vais faire ça. Voilà, je vais quitter le jeu. Parce que je suis à 51, ça va pas avancer. J'ai quitté Twitch aussi.